to Review the Light. Today we're going to be taking a look at the new Nitecore EC11, but really quick before we get into it, make sure you click this link right down here to subscribe to my YouTube channel, this one right up here to follow me on Facebook. That'll make sure you keep up to date with the latest reviews and videos, and that's of course something that you all want to do. So, the EC11 by Nitecore claims 900 lumens off of a single 16340 battery, and it also takes CR123 batteries. As it says right there, I'll be testing the output claims in my integrating sphere along with several other things. Make sure you click the link in the description to see the full review. So if you want to get any more of the specifications or read anything on the box, just go ahead and click the pause button for a second. I'll let you read it yourself, and I won't take up your time reading it to you. So when you open it up, inside the little pack here, you get the little baggie with all the accessories. It's got a lanyard, a clip, a couple spare O-rings. It's got the holster here, a very small holster for a very small flashlight. And you can see this sits in that pouch. The strap folds over the flashlight here in the back. You can use this loop to clip it onto something. You can use this Velcro flap to attach it onto something, or you can also, yep, there it is, use this sewn-in flap to attach it to a belt or something like that. So that's the holster. Also includes the user manual and the warranty card, and of course the flashlight itself. So the EC11 uses a Cree XML2 emitter. You can see it down in there, and also it has a secondary red emitter on the side. It's got a slightly textured reflector that'll help smooth out the beam just a little bit. This is a floody a floody emitter inside of a small reflector, so it's going to be a pretty floody light. And the little hole in the side doesn't really affect the main beam too much, but the fact that the red beam is set to the side of the emitter means that the red beam is going to have some pretty significant artifacts, and it's not going to look extremely pretty. It's just going to be functional. You can see the heat dissipation fins on the side that help move heat away from the emitter and the electronics by increasing surface area. You can see the power button and the mode button there. The power button has a universal power symbol. These series of lines indicate the mode button. And you can see a little bit of knurling on the body and the flat tail. That flat tail means it can do a pretty stable tail stand, which is nice. Opening it up, we'll take a look at the threads. If I can get my camera to focus, it's always hit or miss whether or not we can get a good look at the threads on the camera. I will tell you that they are square cut and anodized. There's a good focus, and they are lubricated. These are very well made threads. They're going to last for quite a while. And inside there you can see Nitecore's reverse polarity protection mechanism. That means that when you put a battery in, if you happen to insert it backwards, it's not going to damage the electronics or the battery. It just, the light just won't turn on. And you do have to use a button top battery for that, although with the 16340 size, I've never seen a flat top 16340 size battery, so it's not really an issue to worry about. So we'll put it in there. And you'll notice that when I insert the battery, we get a series of flashes here from the red emitter. So that says 3.5, which means my battery is actually pretty low. I'm going to need to recharge it pretty soon here. That's good to know. You want a lithium-ion battery to be sitting up nearer to 4 volts. 3.5 is pretty low, so I won't have this on too much, and we won't damage the battery. So to turn the light on, you just use the power button. It comes on whatever mode you use last, and then you use the mode button to cycle through the 5 modes available. We've got ultra low, low, medium, high, and turbo. When the light is off, you can get instant access to turbo by holding down on the mode button for about a second, or you can get instant access to the ultra low by holding down on the power button for about a second. Otherwise, when you turn it on, it just uses mode memory to remember whatever mode you used last and come off and on and off in that mode. Also, when the light's off, just a single click to the mode button activates the red emitter there, and you'll be able to see, you can see kind of how ringy that beam pattern is. You might be able to see that better outside or in the beam shots in the full review. But there's the red emitter. Also, once the red emitter is on, holding down on the mode switch for a second will indicate the red beacon, which is just the red light turning on and off. It allows the light to be found, or if you want to be found with your flashlight by somebody else. That's a useful feature. So let's see what else. Once the light is on, you can hold down on the mode button for a second and activate the strobe. Hold down again on the mode button, and we move to the SOS. or excuse me, it looks like this is the white beacon. Hold down again, and there, that's the SOS. Hold down one more time, and I'm back to the strobe. The strobe is not memorized. Also, when the light is off, you can get directly to strobe by double-clicking the mode button. So that is the interface of the Nitecore EC11. If you stick around for just a second, we will take it outside and give it a shot in the dark. Alright, thanks for sticking around with Review the Light. We've got the Nitecore EC11 out here in the back. We're going to fire it up and give it a shot. So here we are in the red mode. And it's a full moon tonight, so I can't even really see the red light. I can't really make it out against the full moon unless I'm shining it right at my feet. You can see it is on, and this is the kind of light, you know, if it were pitch black out here, if we had a a new moon, if there were no moon out tonight, or if I was in a very dark room, then this red light would be perfect for me to get around with without ruining my night vision or drawing a lot of attention to myself. Really like having this red light available for when I feel like I need it. As you can tell, the beam pattern is got a lot of artifacts in it due to the fact that it's a small emitter set on the side of the reflector. So it's not a very pretty beam, but it's very functional. Once you get out to a couple meters away, you can't really, the artifacts don't really bother you anymore. They're just kind of all blurred out. So I'll go ahead and kick it up to the white. So here we are in, I believe, the lowest mode. Let me see if I can confirm that. Here we are. Yep, here's the lowest mode, so it is on. You might be able to see that on your monitor, probably not yet. I can see it on the ground pretty well up to about 30 feet away. It's giving me enough light to walk around with, but still not be, completely ruining night vision or drawing a lot of attention. Here's the next level. You can probably start to see the hot spot on your monitor now. We'll go and take it up to the top. So I believe this is the brightest. Yep, that was the brightest. Here we go. So here's the brightest mode. You can tell there's just a little bit of artifacts around the edges, but not much. And pretty wide beam pattern, a lot of spill. There is a hot spot, but it's fairly big, and a smooth transition from that hot spot out into the spill region, so it's a pretty floody light. A little bit of focus even for how compact it is, but overall it's definitely a floody light in general. So the tint is fairly cool, not bad, but definitely a cool tint. We'll pan around a little bit so you can get a look at how far it'll throw. Like I said, it's not a thrower, but I'm still able to see trees about 100 yards away. I can make them out that they're there. If there were any movement, I could tell. So it's a lot of light to have in such a compact little package. So this is the Nitecore EC11. Thanks for stopping by and checking it out at Review the Light. If you want any more details on the EC11, I'll be putting a link in the description once the full review is finished. That will include things like runtime graphs, beam shots, spectral analysis, all that kind of fun stuff. If you like the review, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and follow me on YouTube and on Facebook to make sure you keep up to date with all the latest and greatest flashlight reviews and videos. Thanks, and have a great night.